All right, Algebra 1A students. Welcome to your video on Lesson 6.1. We're starting Chapter 6 today talking about systems of linear equations and what it looks like to have a solution for a system of linear equations. Okay. When two equations are stacked together, they form what's called a system of linear equations. All right, and I'll show you an example of that in a little bit. But two equations that are stacked together form a system of linear equations. And that's what Chapter 6 is going to deal with. We're going to be dealing with systems of linear equations. Okay? In this video, I'm going to introduce you to what a solution to a system of linear equations looks like. And I can tell you that it always looks like an ordered pair of numbers, x comma y, a point on a graph or in the coordinate plane that is a solution to the system of equations. Okay, and that ordered pair is a pair of numbers, x value and y value, that make both of the equations true. Okay, both of the equations that you deal with have to be made true in order for it to be a solution to the system of linear equations. Right? Now we can see the solution to a system of equations by looking at the graphs of the two equations. So if we graph the two lines, the two linear equations, the point where they cross is the solution to the system. Okay? So you're going to have two equations like this blue line and this red line, and somewhere on the graph they're going to cross each other. In this case it's right here. The solution is right there because that's where those two graphs intersect, where they cross each other. Okay? So where the two linear equations cross is the solution to the system of linear equations. That's the x and y values that are going to make both of the equations true. Okay? Now, sometimes we have two linear equations that will never cross, and in those cases we just say we have no solutions. Let me show you a quick example of that. Okay, that would be like if we had something like this, where I had this line and then I had this line, and no matter how far I extend these two lines, the purple one and the green one, they are never ever going to intersect. They're never going to cross. So in this case, we would say we have no solutions. Okay, no solutions is a graph that looks like this, where you have two lines that are never ever going to intersect. All right, and in other cases there is one solution for a system of equations, and it's an ordered pair x, y. They're always going to look like this. I promise your solutions to a system are always going to be in this form right here. All right. Now let's look at what this could look like for us. Here I've given you a system of linear equations. Okay, that's what this is. It's two equations that are stacked on top of each other. So this forms a system of linear equations because it's two equations that both involve y and an x here as well. Okay. I'm going to graph these two. These are very similar to the graphs that we did in class for our intro to Chapter 6. So obviously the top equation is in slope-intercept form. I start again at this last number, plus 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right up here. That's where I'm going to start. And then my slope says negative 2 in front of my x, so I'm going to go down 2 and over 1. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Okay. So if I go down 2 and I go over 1, there's my next point right there. Down 2 over 1, there's my next point there. Down 2 over 1, there's my next point there. And then I'll connect these with a nice straight line. Okay, and there you have that equation. This line has been graphed right there. And then y equals 5 is one we did in class for our intro as well. That's one where I just go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I make a line that goes like this way across. So this equation, y equals 5, is done in brown right here. because it's all the points where a y value is 5. That's a straight line horizontally, as we found yesterday. Now, what I hope you can see is that these two lines intersect right here at this point. So the solution to this system of equations is, well, whatever that coordinate point is. And in this case, I believe the coordinates of that point are 2 in the x, comma 5 in the y. So this right here would be my solution to that system of equations. 2 comma 5 is my solution. All right. If you have questions about seeing a solution to a system of equations or what that means, seeing it from the graph, please make a note to ask me in class tomorrow. Otherwise, that's all I have for you. Have a wonderful night.